I'm not gonna lie.
Uh-huh.
That's how the people who got scammed by influencers feel.
What they be screaming like
They
that?
be like, no, fuck, man. I shouldn't have believed in your ass.
Yo,
That's how they be feeling.
that really became a trend for a couple years. Like I
It's
feel
still a trend.
I'm not driving.
It's
We just got
still a
back from the
trend.
gym. I'm sweaty as hell. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
but the grind doesn't stop. So
No, it don't.
yeah, why does all these influencers that get caught up in these scams, right?
Yeah.
Like I was even thinking about this the other day. Like I know DJ Envy is kind of caught up in something.
Logan
You got
Paul's
Logan
always
Paul's caught up in
something.
something. Dylan Dennis is who really made me really kind of find out about that.
Really?
In a-
Like
actually,
way
no,
more?
No, I'm
Because
lying.
he had
Well,
the
no,
whole
he-
Bitcoin shit. He has more stuff, more
Who?
scams.
Dylan has the Bitcoin shit? What are
No,
you talking about?
Logan has the Bitcoin shit. You don't remember?
Oh, you mean Dink Doink?
Yes, that thing.
Jing Jong.
Yes, I don't know. It's
Flip.
karate. I don't know.
It was something,
Chop
right?
chop.
It
I
was
don't
like
know.
something.
It was dink doink, something like that.
Right? Is
Yeah.
Dink Doink? Yeah.
Don't think
All
I don't
these
know.
damn scams, right?
I don't know.
And
I mean, it gets worse because then you have people like who teach the courses, who teach you how to create passive income,
yeah.
and they sell you
Nah,
like Ty Lopez. He's the main. He's the one that started that shit. Ty Lopez.
Oh, here
Remember
in
the
my
one with the
garage.
glasses? Here in my garage.
Wait, was he really scamming though? I don't think he was scamming.
Partially,
I don't think so. Oh, the courses.
and then you have Dana
Yeah.
Chanel with like the I'm gonna better your credit, and now she's getting.
Yeah, I heard
She-
about her.
She's getting.
And then what about the ones that was doing the plastic surgery on
Yes.
people live on TikTok, and then she was botching the surgeries because she was mainly trying to
The
focus on
doctor?
showing people that she does the surgeries, and she was actually botching the surgeries.
Yeah.
Now people are suing her.
Nah. She would tell her patients to not call 911 if they had an infection or something.
Wait,
wrong.
whoa, hold on.
Yep.
Back up. We talking about the same lady?
Yes.
Why did she?
The white blonde lady who something Dixie something with an
Yeah,
X.
her.
Yeah. She would
She
tell her
told her
patients.
not to call 911.
Yes.
What kind of
That's how you
what
know.
kind of shit is that?
That's how you know.
What
bro.
kind of shit is
That's
that?
how you
ever
know.
heard from Rush Hour when Carter when he goes, now what kind of shit is that?
No.
No?
Insert clip.
Yeah, that's literally what runs through my mind when I hear shit like that.
I'm
Don't call
telling you.
911 if you haven't. So who am I calling? Ghostbusters? What the
They gonna
fuck?
fix this shit.
Who am I calling?
I'm telling you.
Yo,
It's gotten
anyways.
so bad. Like,
Anyways, all these scams, right? So I know everyone's like
Right.
everyone's tight. A lot of people are tight. I feel like a lot.
I think a lot of people are not tight. A lot of people are angry.
I think a lot of people are angry.
Yes,
Right?
angry.
And fed up with all these influencer scams that are going around.
Yup.
And then it started making me think,
Mhm.
right? And I think this is why we started even talking about it the other day.
Mm-hmm.
It started making me think, why do these scams happen, right? Are influencers just bad people? Are influencers narcissistic and scammy by nature?
Mm.
I think that yes. No. Let me.
You think
No.
Oh, true intentions
not-
revealed.
no,
Now
no,
let me
no.
stop playing.
No,
I'm
no,
playing.
No, that's not what I meant to say. It's just the way it came out was like I was saying that, right?
Okay.
No,
I'm listening.
I think that to a degree,
Okay.
you have to have a certain level of narcissism to do
Yes.
this job,
Of course.
this creating content job.
Yeah.
Now, this is only one form of content that me and you create
Yeah.
together and separately, right? Because we both
Mhm.
create different type of content
Yep.
separately, and we create different type of content
Right.
while we're together. This
Yeah.
form of content doesn't really require too much creativity as much as our other content does.
Of course.
This is more just like we sit back, we have a conversation in a car,
Right.
we talk some shit into
I
a
mean,
microphone.
we
and sign
always
off,
be
right?
talking shit in the car. Like, I feel like this is our thing.
So we just turned it into a podcast, right? But you got to have a certain level of narcissism in order to do it. And I think that that's
Yeah.
what bleeds into the scammy stuff. Now, I think that that's what makes them
True.
go, I'm going to scam you. No, I think that having that personality trait,
Mhm.
also being a go-getter and wanting to make money,
Right.
but also the inexperience
Mm.
in these fields that
Okay.
they're scamming people in is what's getting people scammed.
Right.
I think that there are some people out there that are a little scammy, like
Mhm.
that credit person, the person that said, I'm going to
Dana
fix your
Chanel.
creded, and then just absolutely did
Nah,
not
she be
do
doing
the
everything
job.
and anything under the sun. I'm not gonna lie.
Huh?
I used to watch her shit. She used to do everything and anything under the sun. She used to do health credit. She used to do taxes, the credit, the taxes, the
Loans?
real estate. She was doing a bunch of stuff at some point.
I didn't know that. I just knew about
Yeah.
the credit thing. So this is what. So to wrap up what I was saying, I think that by nature it naturally makes, because of the inexperience that they have in a lot of these fields,
Right.
it makes it come out like they're trying to scam the audience on purpose.
Okay.
But it's really just their lack of experience, but they're so exposed to so much, and people trust them because that's what an influencer is, right?
Technically,
That's
yeah.
why I don't like calling, like, I wouldn't want to
Yeah.
call us like influencers.
Influencers,
I
yeah.
just want to be a content creator. I just like,
That's literally
I
what,
genuinely
yeah.
just always like making videos, making funny or
Yep.
cool or interesting or whatever
bringing
shit.
those ideas to
But
life.
like, you have to think about it though. Technically, since the dawn of time, anyone that influences people to buy shit is considered an influencer. But
Right.
technically, that means every normal person walking the street is an influencer.
Right.
But
But
that's
I mean,
besides the
you're
point. I
also
think
a
it's the-
seller. But
I think the inexperience is what gets people wrapped up.
yeah, I'm gonna play. This is not devil's avocado, but I'm gonna play an attorney for these victims.
Wait, an attorney for the victims of who?
Of the
scam?
scammers, of the influencer scammers.
Oh, so you think I'm defending them in some way, shape, or form?
Not because I think you're defending them, but because a lot of people are gonna be like, "That's a sorry ass excuse," right? And a lot of people look at it that way. They're like, that's a sorry ass excuse." I think that partially your job, also as an influencer, is finding out how not to make it a scam, finding out how to make it legit for people. Like, look, prime example, right? We ended up buying that Jake Paul social media course a long time ago, right?
Edfluence was
Right.
the name of it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't he say that was gonna be up forever?
Yeah, that's kind of scammy.
You're gonna have
how he
access
pulled that off.
forever.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't have expected it to be up forever, but like
Right.
longer than what it was. Like,
Exactly.
technically, only having it for a couple of months kind of was a ripoff to us.
And
Because
we're
we paid for a lifetime.
and we're lucky that we ended up taking notes on every single part that he said, so we have everything written in a specific note.
I think the part that makes it scammy is the fact that it's the videos themselves are just still not up there to be rewatched.
yeah.
If
Well, you
even-
don't have access to any of the
Yeah,
stuff
to
he
any of the
taught.
content, any of the. So you got to preface this. So Jake Paul made a course called like Edfluence, where he was teaching you how to be an influencer. And this is many years ago. This is like when we first started YouTube.
Yeah.
And we were like, well, hey, at the time we were just like buying anything and everything. Not anything and everything, but like we were looking into everything and anything that could help us like learn the platform.
Yeah.
And we weren't just buying shit. We were just watching a ton of videos and doing stuff. And we're like, hey, here's this credible person that knows a lot and everything.
Right.
And then we were watching some of the previews and we were like, you know what? It's only, I think, $60 or $100. It was like something like that.
It was like 100, I think.
And we bought it. I bought it with my tax returns. And then
Yeah, because at that time
at that time we were brokey.
we were broke.
Right? Brokey.
No,
And
broke.
then we bought it and
Yeah.
then it was great. Right? Watching all the videos, taking tons of notes. We still have all those notes to this day.
Thankfully.
Right? Very helpful information.
Right.
And then like 3 to 6 months later,
He
we
sold
go to
it.
log in, and I guess he had sold it to
Yeah.
like, damn, what was the name of it? Damn, what was the name of what we saw when we went back?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember.
I had it at the tip of my tongue. But yeah, anyways, we go back, we look, and it's not there.
Yeah.
And I just remember it was just like, what the fuck?
Right.
And then I'm like, damn, at least the video should be there.
Right.
Or at least you should give me a link to like a Dropbox where I can download the videos.
Something.
Anything. Like,
Anything.
because what was said, it's about what
Right.
was said up
Yeah,
front.
exactly.
But that's what I'm saying.
Mm.
If I'm defending the influencers here a
Right.
little bit.
Okay,
right?
we're playing defendant and
Yeah, if I'm defending the influencers here a little bit, they don't have the experience in that field to foolproof everything for as long as what we're used to from bigger brands.
Right. And that's true.
Or from, not bigger brands, from like traditional brands.
But then from the perspective of the customer, right? That's not
feels
the
scammy.
customer's fault. Like, that's really your job as the influencer to get the right people to get the shit to work. It's not up to me. Cause I'm purchasing the product. I'm giving you the money. That's why they, like, even in retail they say the customer's always right, because technically in this point they're kind of right.
What do you think
Right?
about guilty by association?
I think.
Do you think that people are guilty by? So like, let's say there's an influencer that has a friend and then that influencer you trust, and you know that they're also in that field of their friend, like whatever field their friend is in.
Okay.
And that friend, it sells something, and the influencer told you to go buy from that friend, and that friend scams everybody, scams you.
Yeah.
Do you now blame the influencer because the only reason you would have went to this person was from that, or do you give him a little bit of grace in that moment and say, yeah, well, you didn't know?
I feel like,
or do you say, oh no, you should have known because you're also in this field, so there's some way, shape, or form you kind of scam me too?
If it's like, let's say makeup, right? If it's in the same field as makeup, I would say yes.
If they're both in the same field, you would say that no, I'm counting you as scamming me too.
I'm counting you as scamming me too, because think about it, right? With great power comes great responsibility. As said once the great, I forget his name, but Spider-Man's great. Yeah, Spider-Man's uncle, right?
Uncle Ben.
But basically, you have, like, that's why a lot of influencers nowadays, like, a lot of people don't trust them, because they literally get paid by a brand. It don't matter whether it sucks. It could have, like, I don't know, rat poop in the ingredients, and the influencer, because they're getting paid, would care less. And I understand, like, you need to make your money, right? You need to make your bang, and you need to, like, figure your shit out for yourself. But partially, does that money come at the price of your audience, right? So does you selling your friends makeup that you haven't tested, does it come at the power of your audience? Does it come at the cost of losing your audience?
But bullshit is subjective.
That's true.
Right? Bullshit is subjective, meaning that
now,
when they advertise certain shampoos, to some people it might be bullshit.
Right.
Bad ingredients, bad pizza, bad Papa John's. Right? It's fucked up. I don't mean Papa John's itself. I'm just talking about, like, you get what I'm
saying. Right?
Okay. But, like, it could be, like, fucked up, right? But not fucked up if somebody else uses it. Is that on the... I don't think that that's on the fault of the person that's promoting it, right? Like, if I do a McDonald's commercial...
Okay.
You can't come sue me because you found a rat in your chicken nugget. Like, you can't hold me accountable for that. I didn't know you was going to get a rat in your chicken nugget.
No, that's true.
McDonald's paid me $40,000.
Right.
Well, they didn't, but,
let's just say,
right? But if you want to, you can. Right? McDonald's pays me $40,000 to advertise this new chicken nugget. I advertise the chicken nugget. Whatever happens to you when you decide to buy the chicken nugget
it's not
is on you.
No, that's true.
If you didn't think it was finger looking good and I was having it my way, I'm saying all the wrong phrases. What is fucking McDonald's? I'm loving it. If you didn't love it the way I loved it, how is that on me? How is that on me?
But then But then you see, that's where that fine line comes, right? It's not about whether I
don't think there's a fine line. I think it depends on what you say you got scammed on.
There is a fine line, because you can get actually getting scammed is like you basically not receiving the services or the product that you paid for, right? And that means the quality that was advertised. So now if this makeup company say, yo, we're going to send you a whole palette of different of rainbow colors, of 100 rainbow colors of eyeshadow, right?
As long as the palette with all the eyeshadows show up, you technically did not get scammed.
Right. Now, if
you were just lied to.
Right. Now, if the company's saying our shadows are super colorful and super pigmented, so that if you even dab your finger, you'll have a bunch on your finger.
That is subjective.
And no, and then it doesn't come the way they're saying it comes. That's when they're scamming you. Because think about it, it's what you're advertising that really makes it or not. Yes, you could be lied to. Yes, but then there's a fine line. If you're saying you're going to give me this product with this quality that does this exact thing, and I buy it because it does this exact thing, it doesn't matter whatever everyone else's reason for buying it is. If you're saying it does this exact thing and it doesn't do it, you're scamming me. It's the same way that plastic surgeon is scammy, right? Because she's saying, oh, I'm gonna give you a great body, right? Now, it's different if she would be like, yeah, like, my procedures are perfect, everything is perfect, right? Which I think she did say, right? And you come up botched up, you can't, like, heal your cuts, like, everything is fucked up. now you're scamming me.
I feel like it's only scammy if they knew that it wasn't going to come out that way, right? So if Jeffree Star released, let's say, a palette of something, right? And he releases this palette of makeup. I don't really know the terms, right? And let's just say it has all the colors, the bells, the whistles, everything. And then you get it, and the color is off and the quality is bad. Now, depends. If there's evidence that shows that Jeffree knew, and this did not happen. This is just a hypothetical. I'm just using him as an example, right? Now let's say there's some footage or whatever, a recording of him behind the scenes going, "Oh, I know it's gonna be some bullshit. I know it's gonna be some bullshit, but they're gonna buy it anyway."
Okay,
that's a fucking scam. Kind of like what that clothing company did to me.
Yeah,
they advertised one thing to me. I bought it. They knew it wasn't gonna come like that.
Did they say high quality?
No, it just the picture and that was literally two different things. It was just so off. It was so far off. It was like you didn't even. It's not even the same fucking thing at that point. Like literally, this picture was a jersey, and this was a piece of cloth. With I wish I fucking kept the shirts, yo.
Nah, you were so mad.
Oh, I fucking wish I kept it because that was a scam.
Yeah.
I don't know, but remember when Tana
Mojo,
yeah,
I don't know her.
had that event.
Okay.
And then at first I was thinking, hey, because I used to do a job when I first got into the corporate world that required me to kind of put together events. And putting together an event is not easy.
No.
Anything more than like 5 people.
It's not easy.
It's like not easy.
It takes a lot of coordinating.
It takes a lot of coordinating, a lot of planning, especially when you're dealing with food, venues, safety, fucking barricades, security, all this shit. It's a lot.
Common sense.
It's a lot, and it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right? And then you need that's a fucking job.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it is.
And
it is.
If you don't have the experience, you could fuck that up bad.
Yeah.
And if anybody gets hurt or anything like that, it's
that's on
you. Right?
That's on you.
So, especially if you're the one that's hosting it. So, there is a certain level of grace that like I was looking at like, oh, it's kind of cringe because I'm like, fuck, like this can either go really good or really bad.
Like the Fire Island.
And it went
shit?
really bad on some Fire Island shit, right? But then there was some footage of them saying, about, I think it was about the capacity or something like that. And you heard her say, or one of them say in the room something along, I might be butchering it, but there was a little bit of a video of one of them saying something along the lines of like, oh yeah, but it'll be all right.
Oh, shit. Like just brushing it off.
Yeah, but not brushing it off in like an ignorant way. Like brushing off like, nah, let that slide because we're going to make a killing. Like, it was like some shit where, like, I guess they could have only fit maybe, let's just give the example, 300 people. But then they was like, yo, but, like, there's 500 tickets sold or some shit. And they go, fuck it. Like, we're going to make a killing.
Oh,
like,
shit.
That is a little, like, that within itself is, like, setting yourself up. So I'm not saying, like, that, for example, is, like, scammy. But I'm saying, like, a situation like that where, like, that clothing company probably looked at my clothes. No, I ordered this fucking jersey. You showed me a picture of this jersey. And then you stitch together 2 pieces of cloth and stamp the fucking logo of the jersey on these 2 pieces of cloth that aren't even the same material. I can see, a 5-year-old can see that that's not even the same material, right? Then you package that shit up, and then I try to cancel it, and then you give me the roundabout about canceling it, you ship it to me anyway, knowing I can't get a refund, right?
Yeah.
That's scammy.
That is scammy.
Because you knew. You knew.
That's true.
You knew it was going to be fucked up.
That's true.
So that's what I'm saying. And I think a lot of these influencer scams come from more inexperience than them actually knowing that you're going to get fucked.
No.
And I feel like
I
another big part of it is they know, like, what makes it a little scammy.
Yeah.
I think that I'll give you credit for is I think some of them don't think that you're not gonna get what you asked for, but they go, even if you don't, you knew the risk.
It's kind of like a buy.
And I got my money.
Risk.
So think about it, like the whole NFT shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, motherfucker, you bought a picture on the internet,
right,
that you thought was gonna resell for $10,000.
Yeah.
That's at your own fucking risk. Like, do you hear yourself?
Yeah.
You bought a picture on the internet that I could have went on fucking Photoshop and made in 20 minutes. And because on record, this is the only one, it's the original, that the value is going to carry over. Do you know that value only holds its value as long as everybody agrees that it held its value? So past the initial person that owns it, if we all agree that shit is worth $1, that shit is worth a fucking $1.
That's true.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So all the influencers that was fucking hyping that shit up, I know they had to be looking at like, yeah, but think about it. Once you buy it, that's at your own fucking risk.
That's true. That's true. There's also, I'm not gonna lie, like now that I'm done playing like the attorney for like the scam victims, there's also a lot of stuff that people just buy because they believe is good, right? Or they believe, right? So primary example, and I hate to sort of like bring this up because it's kind of weird, and I'm not trying to cut anybody's ass. But when guys be buying girls nudes, right? And then the girl ends up like somehow getting more money from them, right? That, I feel like that's your fault. You're laughing, I'm dead ass. That's your fault.
Okay.
Think about it.
But that's not a scam.
It's not a scam, right?
It's
but
the dude
your
is scamming
fault.
themselves by doing shit like that.
But it's the same thing.
But yeah, personal responsibility. Like,
yes,
it's your fault.
It's your fault that you, of course, right? Now, I understand someone like Jeffree Star, who has massively put out a ton of makeup, has a great reputation. If he messes something up, okay, cool. But buying something from, like, I don't know, fucking Juana from the corner, like,
I respect people like him.
Yeah.
That make shit that,
yeah.
It's like, yo, I'm an influencer, but I'm about to make some shit for y'all.
Exactly.
You feel me? I fucking
and
love when I watch an influencer
yes.
go, yo, I'm about to make y'all some shit. And then if shit come out and it's really some shit.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm
like
saying?
It's really the thing.
Shit like that gets me hyped.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, like what if I can pull something like that off?
I can do that.
You
yeah.
feel me? That shit pushes the whole narrative along.
Yeah, exactly.
But when I see people pull out some bullshit,
right,
it's like that shit pisses me off.
The reason why is because everyone, and I actually watched a video about this earlier. The reason why is because it's the passive income scam, right? And it's not just in terms of like the courses and teaching people how to earn passive income. It's also the influencer passive income scam, meaning they really think that by doing half the work, they could get passive income. That's the same way people like Logan looked at it. Like, I don't know if he, in my mind, I kind of had a feeling he was like, not so sure about the whole Bitcoin thing, the dink donk whatever coin that was, right? I genuinely feel like he knew it wasn't fully gonna go through, but he was like, you know what, fuck it, we still gonna try it.
I think it's the I can't do this forever mentality.
Yes, and
right?
Yes, and that's what separates people like Jeffree Star from people
or
like
Mr. Beast,
right?
I know a lot of people look at Mr.
Right.
Beast and oh, that's not a good example. I think
That's
it's a great example, right?
He's
like,
he's one of the best.
If he had that mentality of, well, I can't do YouTube forever, so I need to find my passive income route.
And it's
that Mr. Beast burger would not be what it is.
Exactly.
I think Mr. Beast burger is what it is because he took out the time to make it something because he knows, hey, I'm still going to be making content here.
Exactly.
I need my reputation to be protected.
Mm-hmm.
This might not even be that fucking lucrative in the short, but in the long term, even with my entire brand, it's going to be something. Even though it became something like fucking wildfire, and he kind of knew it would be what it is.
Yeah.
But he takes out the time, like he hires the people, all chips on the table, on some Elon Musk shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why his products come out the way they do.
And that's what I'm saying. Then that's what I was saying earlier when I was playing the attorney, that when you're doing something like that, you as the influencer, because you have that power, you have to do that. You have to take out the time and take out the energy and hire the right people to figure it out. Because even though you're not going to figure out, it's under your name and it's under your brand. It's kind of like,
but sometimes they get scammed. And sometimes
true.
That's me playing the attorney for some of the influencers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some influencers get fucking scammed. Like
true.
They go out, you think they're hiring the best of the best, but those best of the best be fucking con artists sometimes.
That's true.
Like, I think going back to the whole Tana thing, like didn't Tana say that like the dude that she hired was like kind of scammy, or I don't know. You know what? Let me not use that example.
I don't know.
Let me use a better example that I know for a fact they said it was scammy.
Okay.
Logan, right?
Mm-hmm.
The dude that apparently did the whole egg thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think the software developer,
Okay.
right? I think didn't he technically kind of scammed him in a way, like ran off with his code or did something like that, and like
Probably.
fucked with it, right? Now let's just say that was true,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's just say that was true.
Okay.
We're all looking at Logan,
Right.
and that's what's fucked up because now
That's
he's
true.
like, fuck. Here I go thinking I'm getting the best of the best.
Right.
He is the best of the best, but he's a fucking con artist,
Right.
or he's a fucking
It's a scammer,
asshole or something.
Right.
And then now you're fucked.
That's
right?
true.
Let's just say the DJ Envy, I don't know the entire situation, but let's just say he didn't know that his boy was doing all that.
Right.
On papers, you got friends that sometimes you look at them and you swear that they're all there.
Mm-hmm.
They got everything figured out on
Right.
this one particular thing. And then when you really get a look behind the scenes, you find out, hey, yo, man, you steal your Wi-Fi from McDonald's next door? You made it seem like you had fucking the best Fios package. Turns out you got 20-piece nugget package.
Right.
Like you was stealing Wi-Fi from McDonald's.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
It's like,
that's
you
true. But
never
then
know.
it's also. But then now I want to compare that to prenups. That's why when people get married and even post marriage, they sign prenups. Why? That way niggas ain't responsible for shit that niggas are and aren't responsible. People are and are not responsible for certain things. You understand?
Yes.
Like a prenup. Like basically whatever we make together, whatever I make on my own, and I should not be giving you a piece of that. Okay.
Exactly.
Post-nup. Something happens to me, I die, you don't have to pay my bills. They're under my name, I died, whatever. It's the same thing, right? When you're doing a business with somebody, it doesn't matter who it is, you need to sign a contract. Because if now that becomes a thing where now with the Logan thing, the software developer runs off, you sign a contract, buddy. Where's my shit?
But that's where the inexperience comes in.
No, and I
think that's why so many people
why
getting burned.
I think,
because when you look at somebody like Jake, right?
Yeah.
Somebody like Jake Paul was able to break into boxing in the way that he did because he was an influencer.
That's true.
He was not having that type of meteoric rise
No.
if he was not an influencer.
No, of
but
course
kudos to him for using his influencerness to get into that realm, right? He obviously had to hire the right people to be around him.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't mean that behind the scenes he didn't have to go through some bullshit.
No, of course not.
It just never made it to the front.
Yeah.
But now imagine, right? Imagine if he had ran into somebody like Don King.
Mm-hmm.
Don King kind of ripped off, I think, a few fighters, and he's notoriously known for kind of ripping off Mike Tyson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine if Jake ran into somebody like Don King, and then Don King was like using Jake's influence in boxing to like rip off other people under Jake's name, though.
Right.
Under MVP Promotions, let's just say
Let's
somehow.
just say that's what it is. Right.
Now everybody's looking at Jake.
That's
but now
true.
Jake is looking at Don, and then Don is like fuck you.
Right.
Right.
No,
Now it's like,
no.
what the fuck did I get myself into?
Right.
Because with great power, like you said, comes
Great
great
comes
responsibility.
Right.
So that's why I feel like
That's why you have to flip and toss things.
that's why
And
I
it
don't
doesn't
look
matter.
into it as hard.
Right.
I look at it for all the information that I can get,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't there.
Right.
And it sucks for the victims.
Yeah, of
right?
course.
For people who feel like they did get scammed.
Right.
And sometimes it might suck on the influencer.
Of course.
Because now it's like,
Now
what if
I
they
look
didn't
bad.
do anything?
Yeah.
But it's just, because you're responsible,
Right.
you did something.
Right. But then,
You know?
but then it's the same way and I understand that part, and it's not to say that that doesn't happen and an experience doesn't happen, but again, it comes down to, like you always say, it comes down to personal responsibility, right? I did put you under my name. That's my fault. Let's say like Don King did end up being on the Jake Promotions thing. I did put Don King. If I'm Jake Paul, now I have to take personal responsibility and say I did put Don King under my shit. So technically, next time I can't really just be doing that shit. I need to be careful.
And that, I think, is what the victims of these situations actually are always looking for.
Yeah, personal
I think
responsibility.
They're just looking
This is my
for, like,
fault.
motherfucker, I don't give a fuck that
Right.
your developer ran off with the shit. I don't give a fuck that the promoter disappeared the day of the fight. I spent my money. Just tell me what the fuck is gonna happen to me. I don't give a fuck about you.
Right.
I care about me. What about me? Because think about it. At the end of the day,
the customer's always right.
Fuck the customer, right? I'm worried about, at the end of the day, everybody's always just worried about themselves.
That's true.
Your business partner, your whatever, everyone always does everything for the best interest of them.
Yeah, of course.
At all times.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, your customers, their customers, only care about what's going to happen to me.
Yeah.
What are you saying to me?
And that's why.
Are you telling me?
Right.
Basically, by telling me, let's just use listen, Logan could be 110% innocent. I'm just using this as an example from the victim standpoint. Okay. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Let's just say that, it did happen that way.
Right.
All the victims care about is, am I going to get my money, though?
Right. Right.
Like, by you telling me he ran off, all I'm hearing is, I'm not getting I'm not hearing an answer from where, how, when, and when,
right.
Where, how, who is sending it. You're not answering that for me.
Right, you're not answering nothing.
I think that's what a lot of people, when they get scammed, worry about. Because when I got scammed for the clothes, I was mad I got scammed for the clothes. But I was more mad at the runaround I was getting. Like, when I hit you up and I said, can I cancel the order before you even sent it? You gave me a runaround. You shipped it to me. I fucking opened it. It was a scam.
Right.
Damn, I'm not going to lie. I realize every time I talk about this,
you get
like,
so
I actually
mad.
get mad. Like,
that's why I start laughing.
I get mad at a lot of shit. But I'm fucking
laughing.
mad at that shit.
But you see, that's why I
then
tell you.
Then I open it and I say something to them.
Right.
And instead of giving me the answer like, hey, look, we can just give you back 50% of your money.
Right.
I got to ask you 8 different ways.
Yeah.
You got to tell me, which items. Then I got to go through and itemize the shits and give you the fucking serial number to the scammy ass shit you fucking sent me. All the extra shit before I receive my answer of, am I going to get my refund?
Right.
That's the first shit you should have said out your mouth. Yes, no, if so, how, when, who.
Right.
Who's
how much?
It? How much?
Right.
How you going to send it?
Right.
Check? Same card, PayPal, credit.
Right.
What am I getting?
Right.
That's because I give a fuck about me.
But
fuck
you see,
you.
But that's why retail stores say the customer's always right, because when it comes down to it, the customer's always gonna think about themselves. The store's gonna think about getting money. So that's why they're like, look, bro, if we gotta give you back like fucking your $100, look here. As long as you come back and buy from me, you see. But that's not how we've been approaching. At least influencers have been approaching this entire situation. They've been more approaching it from I don't know, kind of like
a lot of, but they're putting up so much of their own money.
No,
like
it's
a
true.
company like Macy's could fucking do that because they go, bro, like we generate how much billions or millions a year. Like
that's
you
true.
think you bringing back this 95% used bottle of cologne and returning it, thinking you're slick when we know you're not slick. You don't think we think you're an idiot, but we're going to take back the item and we're going to fucking, because we know by you doing that, think about it, we're going to catch that ass on your credit card because it's motherfuckers like that fucking buy the credit card. That's
true.
Really where we make our money.
That's true.
Right? Things like that. So they don't be caring about that shit.
That's true.
But an influencer, a lot of times they do because then, their net worth might say on the internet $2 million, but your net worth is just, it could be higher or lower, but think about it. Now, if you're doing a project in which you got to put up $800,000 to do it 110% legitimate, and you're assuming a lot of risks, you can't be just handing back refunds and shit like that.
That's true, because you put up a lot of money.
You put up a lot of fucking money. You got a lot of people to pay. Day of, day afters, all that shit.
But you see, that's why we need to get hip to the game of laws. That's it. It's just getting hip to the game of laws. How come Macy's can take back 95% of a 95% used cologne?
That's
a
not
10-year-old
laws.
jacket.
Insurance.
Yes, but it's
deep ties, deep-rooted insurance ties. Logistical, what's the word I'm looking for?
Planning.
I'm gonna just say logistics. That's tons of statisticians, actuaries,
True.
data scientists, fucking finance experts, fucking psychological experts,
Right.
and a lot of test studies.
That's true.
Because remember, we took business management in college.
I remember.
In business management, we learned about how some dude learned how to paint a plane with only like a third of the amount of paint
that they would use
just
before,
based on like logistics of like the strokes and like the parts of the planes that you paint first, like different shit like that. I don't know.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
But like, I forgot what the whole thing was. But essentially,
you just
all of that figuring
stuff.
out
Right.
cut shit in half. The assembly line, look how much that shit cut shit in half.
A lot.
The McDonald's,
right.
the assembly line in fast foods, all that shit carries
over. But you
so
see, that's why people
usually
like
how they get there.
That's true, but that's why people like Jeffree Star and Mr. Beast.
Optimization. That's what Jeffree Star.
There we go.
Mr. Beast. That's the word. Optimization.
Exactly, and simplicity.
And pussy?
Simplicity.
Oh, I was about to say, what the fuck?
I said simplicity.
Oh, where are we going with this conversation?
That's wild right there.
I thought anyways.
I said simplicity. Simple.
I don't know why I heard that shit. I'm like,
oh,
what?
no. I don't know what's going on
I'm
up
like,
there.
what the fuck?
Who's home? I gotta ask who's home.
So
I'm playing, but yeah, essentially that's what makes them so successful. And I think maybe if more influencers use those things, that would be helpful. Because technically, that's what Jake is doing with his boxing career. He's optimizing.
Why are you only fighting MMA fighters? Optimization, motherfucker.
Simplicity.
Now pay me the $80 to watch me win or lose. Look, there's only one way to find out. There's only one way to fucking find out.
Exactly.
And you don't want to be the one to miss when I do get knocked out on Twitter. Because you know you love the clout. You know you love the attention. You want to be there. You want to see it. You want to record it. So pay me the $80.
So oftentimes there's just a lot of logistics that I guess like we don't see from their back end. But I think something that influencers could take from all of this scammy shit is just optimize. Learn from what's been successful already.
Yeah, optimizing, learning the craft, right?
Yeah.
Just like shit like that.
All that.
Consulting with the right people.
A
lot of background checks.
Yes.
But there's always loopholes.
There's always.
Like there's some shady ass.
But that's why you always gotta listen to that gut feeling. So it's like, something
yeah,
right
I kind
with
of
you.
learned a very valuable lesson about that in this past month with a business deal. Anyways,
gotta listen to your gut feelings. All right, we're not talking about that.
Yeah, nah, we're not gonna talk about that.
We're not talking about that.
But
yeah,
no, that's it. Stop the scamming.
Optimize, simplify,
rewind. Better pizza, Papa John's.
Oh my God.